Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Surah an-Nahl, the bee. Verses 1 to 80. I seek refuge in Allah from the devil the accursed. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The command of Allah is coming, so be not impatient for it. Exalted is He and high above what they associate with Him. So send down the angels with the interpretation, revelation of His command upon whom He wills of His servants, telling them, warn that there is no deity except me, so fear me. He created the heavens and earth. In truth, high is He above what they associate with Him. He created man from a sperm drop, then at once He is a clear adversary. And the grazing livestock He has created for you, in them is warmth and numerous benefits, and from them you eat. And for you in them is the enjoyment of beauty when you bring them in for the evening and when you send them out to pasture. And they carry the loads to a land you could not have reached, except with difficulty to yourselves. Indeed, your Lord is kind and merciful. And He created the horses, mules, and donkeys for you to ride, and as adornment, and He created that which you do not know. And upon Allah is the direction of the right way, and among them the various paths are those deviating, and if He willed, He could have guided you all. It is He who sends down rain from the sky. From it is drink, and from it is foliage in which you pasture animals. He causes to grow for you thereby the crops, olives, palm trees, grapevines, and of all the fruits. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who give thought. And He has subjected to you the night and day, and the sun and moon, and the stars are subjected by His command. Indeed, and that are signs for a people who reason. And He has subjected whatever He multiplies for you on the earth of various colors. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who remember. And it is He who subjected the sea for you to eat from it, and tender meat, and to extract from it ornaments which you wear. And you see the ships plowing through it, and He subjected it, that you may seek of His bounty, and perhaps you will be grateful. And He has cast into the earth firmly set mountains, which it shift with you, and made rivers and roads, that you may be guided, and landmarks, and by the stars they are also guided. Then is He who created like one who does not create, so will you not be reminded? And if you should count the favors of Allah, you could not enumerate them. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and merciful. And Allah knows what you conceal and what you declare. And those they invoke other than Allah create nothing, and they themselves are created. In that they are in fact dead, not alive, and they do not perceive when they will be resurrected. Your God is one God, but those who do not believe in the hereafter, their hearts are disapproving, and they are arrogant. Assuredly, Allah knows what they conceal and what they declare. Indeed, He does not like the arrogant. And when it is said to them, what has your Lord sent down? They say, legends of the former peoples. And that they may bear their own burdens, sins in full on the day of resurrection, and some of the burdens of others whom they misguide without knowledge. Unquestionably, evil is that which they bear. Those before them had already plotted, but Allah came at their building from the foundation. So the roof fell upon them from above them, and the punishment came to them from where they did not perceive. Then on the day of resurrection He will disgrace them and say, where are my partners for whom you used to oppose the believers? Those who were given knowledge will say, indeed, disgrace this day and evil are upon the disbelievers, the ones whom the angels take in death while wronging themselves, and who then offer submission, saying, we were not doing any evil, but yes, indeed, Allah is knowing of what you used to do. So enter the gates of hell to abide eternally therein, and how wretched is the residence of the arrogant. And it will be said to those who fear Allah, what did your Lord send down? They will say, that which is good. For those who do good in this world is good, and the home of the hereafter is better. And how excellent is the home of the righteous, gardens of perpetual residence, which they will enter, beneath which rivers flow. They will have therein whatever they wish. Thus does Allah reward the righteous. The ones whom the angels take in death, being good and pure, the angels will say, peace be upon you, thee enter paradise for what you used to do. Do they disbelievers wait except that the angels should come to them, or there comes the command of your Lord? Thus did those do before them, and Allah wronged them not, but they had been wronging themselves. And so they were struck by the evil consequences of what they did, and were enveloped by what they used to ridicule. And those who associate others with Allah say, if Allah had willed, we would not have worshipped anything other than Him, neither we nor our fathers, nor would we have forsaken anything other than Him. Thus did those do before them. So is there upon the messengers, except the duty of clear notification. And we certainly sent into every nation a messenger, saying, worship Allah and avoid Taghut. And among them were those whom Allah guided, and among them were those upon whom error was deservedly decreed. So proceed through the earth, and observe how was the end of the deniers. Even if you should strive for their guidance, O Muhammad, indeed Allah does not guide those He sends astray, and they will have no helpers. And they swear by Allah their strongest oaths, that Allah will not resurrect one who dies. But yes, it is a true promise binding upon him, but most of the people do not know. It is so we will make clear to them the truth of that wherein they differ, and so those who have disbelieved may know that they were liars indeed. Our word to a thing, when we intend it, is but that we say to it, be, and it is. And those who immigrated for the cause of Allah after they had been wronged, we will surely settle them in this world in a good place, but the reward of the hereafter is greater, if only they could know. They are those who endured patiently and upon the Lord relied. And we sent not before you except men to whom we reveal our message. So ask the people of the message, former scriptures, if you do not know. We sent them with clear proofs and written ordinances, and we revealed to you the message, the Quran, that you may make clear to the people what was sent down to them, and that they might give thought. Then do those who have planned evil deeds feel secure that Allah will not cause the earth to swallow them, or that the punishment will not come upon them from where they do not perceive, or that He would not seize them during their usual activity, and they could not cause failure except escape from Him, or that He would not seize them gradually in a state of dread. But indeed your Lord is kind and merciful. Have they not considered what things Allah has created? Their shadows incline to the right and to the left, prostrating to Allah, while those creations are humble. And to Allah prostrates whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, of creatures, and the angels as well, and they are not arrogant. They fear their Lord above them, and they do what they are commanded, and Allah has said, do not take for yourselves two deities. He, Allah, is but one God. So fear only me. And to Him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth, and to Him is due worship constantly. Then, is it other than Allah that you prefer? And whatever you have of favor, it is from Allah. Then when adversity touches you, to Him you cry for help. Then when He removes the adversity from you, at once a party of you associates others with their Lord. So they will deny what we have given them. Then enjoy yourselves, for you are going to know. And they assign to what they do not know false deities, a portion of that which we have provided them. By Allah, you will surely be questioned about what you used to do. And they attribute to Allah daughters, exalted is He, and from them and for them is what they desire, sons. And when one of them is informed of the birth of a female, his face face becomes dark, and he suppresses grief. He hides himself from the people because of the ill of which he has been informed. Should he keep it in humiliation or bury it in the ground? Unquestionably, evil is what they decide. For those who do not believe in the hereafter is the description of evil, and for Allah is the highest attribute, and he is exalted in might, the wise. And if Allah were to impose blame on the people for their wrongdoing, he would not have left upon it the earth any creature, but he defers them for a specified term, and when their term has come, they will not remain behind an hour, nor will they precede it. And they attribute to Allah that which he dislikes, that which they dislike, daughters. And their tongues assert the lie that they will have the best from him. Assuredly they will have the fire, and they will be therein neglected. By Allah, we did certainly send messengers to nations before you, but Satan made their deeds attractive to them, and he is there, the disbelievers' ally today as well, and they will have a painful punishment. And we have not revealed to you the book, O Muhammad, except for you to make clear to them that wherein they have differed, and as guidance and mercy for a people who believe. And Allah has sent down rain from the sky and given life thereby to the earth after its lifelessness. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who listen. And indeed, for you is grazing livestock. Indeed, for you in grazing livestock is a lesson. We give you drink from what is in their bellies between excretion and blood, pure milk, palatable to the drinkers. And from the fruits of the palm trees and grapevines you take intoxicant and good provision. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who reason. And your Lord inspired to the bee, take for yourself among the mountains, houses, hives, and among the trees, and in that which they construct. Then eat from all the fruits, and follow the ways of your lords laid down for you, and follow the ways of your Lord laid down for you. There emerges from their bellies a drink varying in colors, in which there is healing for people. Indeed, and that is a sign for a people who give thought. And Allah created you, then he will take you in death, and among you is he who is reversed to the most decrepit old age, so that he will not know after having knowledge a thing. Indeed, Allah is knowing and competent. And Allah has favored some of you over others in provision, but those who were favored, given more, would not hand over their provision to those whom their right hands possess, slaves, so they would be equal to them therein. Then is it the favor of Allah they reject? And Allah has made for you from yourselves mates, and has made for you from your mates sons and grandchildren, and has provided for you from the good things. Then in falsehood do you believe, and in the favor of Allah they disbelieve? Then in falsehood do they believe, and in the favor of Allah they disbelieve. And they worship besides Allah that which does not possess for them the power of provision from the heavens and the earth at all, and in fact they are unable. So do not assert similarity to Allah. Indeed, Allah knows and you do not know. Allah presents an example, a slave who is owned and unable to do a thing, and he to whom we have provided from us good provision. So he spends from it secretly and publicly. Can they be equal? Praise to Allah. But most of the people do not know. And Allah presents an example of two men, one of them dumb and not able to do a thing, while he is a burden to his guardian. Wherever he directs him, he brings no good. Is he equal to one who commands justice while he is on a straight path? And to Allah belongs the unseen aspects of the heavens and the earth, and the command for the hour is not but at a glance of the eye, or even nearer. Indeed, Allah is over all things competent. And Allah has extracted you from the wombs of your mothers, not knowing a thing, and he made for you hearing and vision and harsh intellect, that perhaps you would be grateful. Do they not see the birds controlled in the atmosphere of the sky? None holds them up except Allah. Indeed, and that are signs for a people who believe.
Peace and blessings be upon the messengers of Allah, and all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.